What is going on, everyone? Holy cow. Metro Drones, you are already starting off the show with a $20 super chat. What's going on, Metro? How's it going? What is going on, everybody in the house? Hope you guys have your drinks ready to go. We have a good show planned for tonight, even though, if you guys haven't heard already, and I know some of you are probably going to leave immediately, but Dobo is actually out of town working really hard with this hurricane stuff and doing a lot of drone stuff for these electrical companies. And he says it's really boring, but it does paying the bills for him. So anyways, we got a special show planned for you tonight with a special guest that I will introduce in a little bit. But before we do that, I'm going to go through the chat and just say hi to people. What's up? Alex, B-Man in the house. What's up, Bernard? We got the four-eyed canine. I've never heard of that one before. Welcome, bud. Jake Strone Life. What's up, man? Oh, I guess Dobo is in the house. He must be watching from his low. He has, believe it or not, he probably has lower internet speed than I do at my house. So I don't know if that's hard for you guys to believe. Probably not, but you got IR Drone Guy, Matt's Drone World, Fly Zone Drones. What's up, man? You've been doing some amazing content lately. Leonard, we got Artco Drones in the house. Grandpa FPV, that's a great name. Richmond Aerials, what's up, dude? Ellie Nunez, Chad. Oh man, we got a lot of people in here. Lens Capture Online, man. We must have some Kyle Watts fans in here. Anyways, I appreciate all you guys coming in by tonight. I hope you guys have your drink of choice ready, because I do. Believe it or not, I got it all mixed up. We've been having these every night with my wife. She loves them. We went to Disney, Epcot, Food and Wine, and we kind of stole one of their concoctions and kind of made it our own too. But so it's like a vodka, pineapple juice, and we mixed this like blue Kahlua stuff or something like that, and they had grenadine, and that's the one thing we swapped out from. But anyway, it's really great to see you. Let's bring on our guest here tonight, Kyle, the man Watts. What's up, dude?
Not much, man. What's up with you?
Oh, you know, just barely making it on the stream. Wednesdays are typically pretty hard for me because I rush over from like a band practice after here that ends at like 8:30. I just bolt home, but it's great to see you, man. It's been What? How long has it been since probably like a month.
Yeah,
You
it's like
came
a
down a
month.
month
Yeah,
ago, and we got to hang out at Disney, so that was awesome.
yeah. When Disney was still, I have this weird thing that happens. Like we go to Disney, 2 weeks later they like start shutting stuff down. It's happened twice now, so hopefully
I
it's not
guess
a
just
trend.
they should keep you away from Disney and it won't shut things
Probably,
down.
yeah.
Oh man, look. Guess you can wear your hat backwards. Don't I always wear my hat backwards? Unless you're talking to Kyle. Like Kyle doesn't wear his hat backwards. You gotta have the electric shock thing. And what are you doing a super chat on your own channel? How does that work? You pay yourself $10, but then you don't only get like a portion of that. That's funny right there. Oh man, his internet connection wasn't good enough, but he's in here. Maybe he'll make a guest appearance tonight. Who knows? Who knows? So anyway, tonight we've got some interesting stuff planned for tonight. A very interesting announcement from DJI. As everybody who in the chat, you guys just throw it down. What do you guys think DJI is announcing with this event here that on the 8th next week?
Yep, that's next week.
What are you thinking, Kyle? What do you think it is?
I mean, I'm guessing it's probably something that no one really asked for. Personally, I'm thinking it's probably the Mobile 5, but who knows? I don't know.
Oh, is that the name of the stream tonight? I guess it is, right? No one.
Yep.
No one asked for it, so it's got to be what it is.
I just can't foresee a Phantom line continuing with Mavic's line. I mean, maybe, but I don't know.
Is my mic really low or something?
I can't tell.
Oh, people are like, turn your mic on. I'll turn it up a little bit.
You got some like reverb, like you're coming out of a computer speaker or something. Computer mic.
Oh boy, if I did that, that would be class up. That's just.
You know what I think would be cool if they put out a product that was like Johnny 5 short circuit. That would be cool. I want a robot.
Well, that explains that. Thanks, Eddie Nunez, for that. I fixed my microphone. Yeah, it was coming out of my MacBook and not my actual microphone. I didn't realize that I had everything plugged in, but obviously Kyle Watts failed me. He said I sounded good, but he lied.
I said you had a lot of reverb going on, but
okay, whatever. I'm pre-check. Oh man, you kind of sound like I'm in a hallway. Not anymore, Matties. Not anymore. All right, so back to this. So there's some interesting things that could be coming out, right? I think we all know that it's going to be the Osmo Mobile 5 because, yeah, I mean, everybody, it would be interesting if they did do a Phantom 5, but I don't know if anybody else is with me, but I believe they're never going to come out with another Phantom. I mean, what do you think, Kyle? Do you think they're
honestly? I think they would come out with a new drone before they came out with another Phantom. The Mavic line is already too popular. It's already kind of overtaken the Phantom line, I think. But
I mean, the thing is, when you have a drone like that can stay so stable that folds up, I don't think they're not gonna want. And now that they have these really small Mavic, I don't think they're gonna want to make a big, humongous thing gonna pack in a suitcase.
Yep.
If you want that, you're just going to go for the Inspire and spend the cash on that.
The Inspire, or even like whatever the Sony thing's called. I always forget what that's called.
The Sony thing.
I'm just saying, if they're going to do something, they're either going to go bigger than that, or they're going to continue with the Mavic and smaller. I mean, we're waiting on the Mini as well, so the drone industry just wants to keep getting smaller. Or bigger if it's holding a big camera.
Holding a big camera. M3 is inevitable.
I mean, it could be the Osmo Action 5 too. That's the other option. There's like 3 things that it could be, unless they're just going to call something like 5. I mean, if it's a new product, that's going to confuse a lot of people. But as far as
if they could pull like an Apple where they throw the naming numbers off.
I could see it being like an action camera as well. It's been another year since that's been out.
I would actually love to see them pump out an action camera because, like, I thought the first one was really great in competing with GoPro, but it's definitely showing its age now, and it would be nice to have something else. But
Yeah, I mean it's it's something we're gonna have to wait for. If it was a Phantom, I think we would probably have a lot more leaks right now. There is some leaks about the mobile thing, and I think what it's going to be is it's a mobile gimbal that has an extension pole on it, so that's going to be the high part of it, I think, and so you can get it away from yourself.
Well,
So
kind
that's
of
the
like
one.
that tripod that you reviewed on your channel.
Yeah,
The
yeah, it's going to be something that does this, I think,
There you
but
go.
it's
That
going to
was the
be
one I
like a
was talking
gimbal.
about. Yeah.
I think it's going to be probably compact. It's going to have something that can stick out and get a ways away from yourself.
Like a little
That's
selfie stick.
Yeah, that's probably what it's going to be. I feel like other gimbal companies have already made that, but I mean, it's something they probably haven't. So I haven't really been following up on my Osmo mobile stuff as much as I
You're not
probably.
up on your DJI? Come on, man.
DJI is one thing, but the phone stuff, I don't film anything on phone hardly anymore.
And
So
that's the thing. Like nobody, I think people are kind of
personally,
over
me,
what?
I mean, like people like me and you that have $4,000 cameras, we're not primarily using our cell phone for stuff. I think a cell phone is a great option for a lot of people who are using, trying to film content or YouTube stuff. So it's not saying that it's not. I think they're going to have a huge market for it. But I just, I haven't been paying attention to it just because I don't use my phone for much. Mostly
No,
just
and
filming dogs or
not for at
something.
least video. And the only thing I use my phone for is like quick pictures of the theme parks when I don't want to
Yep.
haul around my other one. I think we're all kind of in the same boat for that one.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Let's see. I got some. I actually have some pictures. There, if I can, I just sent them to my computer. At least I did send them to my computer.
Well, you
Where'd
find
they
that.
go?
I'll explain today. Today, I forgot to mention what I'm drinking. I'm drinking
Yeah.
one of my last two Lefty IPAs. This is like a Potato Jets, basically IPA. So I'm gonna have to make another road trip, maybe soon, because these things are great. If you live in the Indiana area, go get one of these.
So you have to go on a road trip to get one of those.
Yeah, it's. I mean, it's at like Evil Czech Brewery in Indiana. What is it like? Minnow. I can't remember. It's like the South Bend area, but then there's some like local areas that carry it too. So it's great. I've been keeping it in my fridge for the last 6 months.
Wow, that's a long time. A brew, if that was in Dobo's fridge, it wouldn't have lasted that long.
Well,
Nearly.
I mean, it wouldn't have normally lasted that long, but because it's kind of a one of last, I got one left that might not actually get opened. I might keep that one. So, or I make another trip and go buy some more. So,
I'm going to share a window here. So this is the projected Dobo sent me this list today. So this is like one of the concepts for what is going to be coming out. Obviously, I don't see anything. I can see where it could possibly lift up. I have two more pictures, but I don't actually see it.
well, I did see like a leaked photo where it did look like there was like a tripod extension thing that they were working on. Whether that's this or not, that's a different story. But
like this, folds up really small.
yeah, and I think
Looks like
that
it fit
part
in your
right. I think
pocket.
that part right above the silver part probably
Yeah, I mean,
actually
that's what I was
sits
going to say.
on
It
like a
looks
mount.
like it extends, right? That silver part looks like it's separate from the other part above it, and I think it looks like it's going to pull up.
Yeah.
And then I think you can see it even a little bit better.
But honestly, some of the sad parts about this is some of these phones are becoming so great with its own what do you call it, stabilization anyway.
Yeah, I mean,
so
I don't even know why people would waste money on something like this because, like you said, the stabilization on these cell phones are just phenomenal.
getting there anyways.
Right, so that's the other picture that I have. So you can kind of see where the little silver part kind of breaks up there a little bit closer up on there. But yeah, I mean, I don't think anybody in the comments actually excited about this and actually care. I mean, I don't think anything. I don't think anybody does.
Someone's asking if I'm from Kentucky, and no, I'm from Minnesota.
Minnesota, home of the Mighty Ducks.
Speaking of which, Paul, if you're going to come up, this is the perfect time. It's right before winter. If you go up north, it's going to be all like up north right now. It's like fall already. Here, it's like still summer. Duluth and that area is they turn leaves over pretty quick. Just saying.
Yeah. Yeah, coming up there, I don't know if it's my budget, man.
Yeah.
But maybe we definitely want to go up there. It's just a matter of when. When. So when is the best? You said the best time is now till when?
I mean, like November. But
Mm.
the other cool thing is that like that whole like North Shore area is so cool for filming and doing some drone shots. But problem is that most of that North Shore is not legal to fly. It's a lot of no-fly zones and stuff. So downside of that.
Yeah. It's crazy. Anybody got any questions in the chat? Anybody got any interesting topics going on? I mean, I think this Osmo Mobile is lame, so I think it's going to be a Debbie Downer release from this DJI. I'm not excited about it. Any Sony shooters out there? I mean, I know that
well, the other thing really that DJI isn't DJI putting out the like Mini 3 shortly here too? Or is that
the
something?
Mini 3?
Yeah, isn't that something that's been rumored around too?
If anybody would know more, it would be Dobo, but I haven't heard of a
has
Mini
it
3
if it's
yet.
already.
I think they're rumored they released the SE, which is like that
Okay.
$399 one.
I thought I saw some rumors floating around about how they're going to make the Mini 3 with 4K and stuff like that,
but I mean, that drone makes DJI so much money because it's so affordable, so small, and
legal.
people just give them to their kids, and they're so small and tiny and kind of cheap. So I don't know.
Someone wrote Mini 3 is coming in November.
Mini 3's coming up, so I mean, like I think they try to release one. It seems like they try to release one every year right before the Christmas season. The Christmas holiday season.
Someone thinks the Hi Five means they're releasing 5 products.
Yeah, that would be pretty cool if that was the case.
I
would like
can't
to
imagine a company releasing 5 products at the same time would be a good thing.
Yeah, I don't see DJI. It'd be cool. I don't see DJI doing it though, because DJI likes to, space out their releases and just,
well,
market it.
Just releasing 5 products is a PR nightmare at once.
I mean, imagine all the creators that would have. I mean, think if they released more than one product that had announced a huge announcement like that, there'd be so many videos just blowing up on YouTube. It'd be crazy.
Be hard to keep straight on their own marketing.
Pro 3, that's the other thing, and let me go find this site too, because this is another interesting story. I don't know if anybody has it. I don't know if you researched anything about the Mavic 3.
Like the Pro?
Like somebody released like sketches of it, and it actually
there's like a sketch, and there's some concepts of like a dual camera. Maybe it's a single sensor, dual camera, or 2 sensors. I think the top on the camera itself, there's like clearly a lens, and then it looks like a pinhole lens above it. Some people think there could be like a zoom and a wide angle lens on it. I think maybe there could be some kind of like LiDAR going on there instead, maybe.
I would not be surprised about LiDAR at all. LiDAR has been, even Sony has said that they want to start adding it to their.
Because I mean, if they're doing like if they're trying to do some adjustable aperture kind of things, you're going to need something to have better focus. I mean, like drones normally I don't know what those cameras are doing typically, but I know the Mavic Pro is different, but a lot of the other ones, they're so high aperture that everything's in focus anyways. So, I mean, I don't know. It looks kind of interesting. They're talking about maybe a locked gimbal on it so you can use it as kind of an FPV maybe. Personally, I don't think I'd be flying around an FPV that costs that much, but it's an interesting idea if they're going to lock it, unless it's going to be like a...
Couldn't get the FPV right on an FPV single.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's an all right product, but we like to give them some flack for the most part. I'm going to show this site. It's not the original site, but whatever. I can't seem to find it on. What am I doing? Whoa! Okay. All right. Let's see. Share my screen. You think that I would get this by now, but whatever. Boom.
I just don't get in the ad that they're running right now. They're showing like the 5 inside of a brick of ice. I don't know what that's supposed to represent.
I don't get that.
That's supposed to be like a clue either, but
inside of a brick of ice. What the heck? So this is like the picture that I was thinking about. Like you said, the dual cameras. You got two on top of each other there. They have like ginormous sensors on the side, on the corners. So they're saying it's supposed to have really good obstacle avoidance.
Well, I think the idea that DJI is going with is they're putting the cameras in the very corners instead of front and back and sides.
Right.
That way they can adjust to where the sides are and have a
like kind of like
view.
a 180-degree sensor on, yeah. And then you got the bottom sensors like normal, but yeah, it definitely looks like a cool design. You can totally see that same gimbal design. It just looks like they're changing up just the body a little bit, making it a little bit more, I don't know, futuristic looking. But the dual camera is it almost looks like one of those like industrial cameras or something, like the with the sensors or whatever.
My guess would be the bottom one. The bigger one might be a zoom. Top one might just be a regular camera. That way they can separate the two and have a fixed aperture on one and a variable aperture on the other.
Let's see, Lon. What did Lon say? What dudes that own $1,000 of camera gear equipment excited about a gimbal? No way. Yeah.
I used to have everything, man. Like, I had a camera gimbal. It was cheap enough. You figured why not? So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I used to be obsessed with. Everybody used to be obsessed with gimbals, and now I feel like they're just kind of like, all right. Once you have one, they all kind of do the same thing. Unless they come up with some like crazy specs, it's kind of pointless for people who had gimbals or have an older gimbal to upgrade. It's just, I don't know.
Well, it's just every camera is becoming so much better with stabilization as well.
True.
So if you're stuck with older cameras, like my A6400, can't walk outside with that thing without a gimbal. So, I mean, you can, but it's not a great thing.
Or like the ZVE10 or whatever.
Yeah. Well, that's a different thing. That's stabilized. That punches in like 40%
well,
to get stabilization.
At least it does have active. I guess it does have something that the 6400 doesn't have, right?
Yeah, if you want to like double the focal length on your lens by putting it active, I guess. But let's see what other questions we got. So yeah, I mean, I can't. Part of me is kind of like not really super excited about this one, anyways, just because if it's an action camera, I'm not really like excited about that either.
Yeah,
I think that in that action cam world, like all of them are kind of just going down a little bit. GoPro's been trending south for quite a while. Insta360 is kind of taking over the market, in my opinion, because they can do everything.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, why would you even like? I don't know. They're very tempting, and they're getting smaller, and they're doing the same exact actiony things.
I mean, the GoPros are nice for like still popping on FPV drones, and you know, especially after you rip them apart and put a naked case on it and stuff like that. That's still a practical thing for me, but I think a lot of everything else you do, snowboarding and all the other things, the Insta360 is so much cooler because it looks so much different. You can always control where you're aiming in post and stuff. So that's.
So tell me, what is that? What is that you have in your background over there? You have a nice, awesome hoverboard in the background.
Oh, that's the boosted board. That thing?
I kind of know what it is, but we're just like, I'm just like in awe of all your Back to the Future stuff.
I just put new grip tape on a boosted board.
Because I just gotta pull this out and reminisce about this thing again. It's just so beautiful, man. A piece of art right here. This is why we're all here today, because of this companies like this starting all this home video stuff, and man, Back to the Future right here, all the way. So cool.
That was from Mike, right? Is he still here?
Mike, I don't know I don't even know if he's in the. Did you see him in the chat? Unboxed Warehouse. If you're in there, just say hi. Did my light die? My light did die. So, anybody else got any questions, concerns? I don't know. I haven't heard too much from Dobo. I hope he's still alive out there.
What is he doing? Is he flying
the great
drones for
unknown.
rescue or for like?
For the power companies. He got a job at FEMA.
Okay.
So he's
Well, I saw his post. I just didn't know what he was actually doing.
He's taking pretty much. He's flying thermal the drone, like thermal drones, over the power lines to see, kind of help them map out what needs to be repaired. Supposedly, it's like really boring stuff, just flying as steady as you possibly can over top of these, power lines, just so that the power companies can take that information and figure out, what's out, what needs repaired, the best way to, where to send people, all that stuff. So, yeah, but he's supposed to be there like all week till like Friday. So.
That's kind of cool, though.
But it sounds really. I mean, that sounds like a cool, like a very interesting job. I think it'd be cool to have him talk a little bit about that and maybe how he was able to get that opportunity. Because, I mean, for people who have their Part 107, it's great to be able to use it and do more than just maybe real estate photography or something, and actually use it for, inspections and stuff like that. And I don't even know how you get into that kind of stuff. But
well, at least this time around, he's not going to have some like ladies yelling at him while he's in a parking lot either. So.
Right, unfortunately, I haven't really kept up with it too much, but I saw some of the stuff. It seems pretty bad over there, so hopefully Louisiana recovers all right. They usually come back, and there's strong people out there. You went to Louisiana one time.
Yeah, I was just there 2 months ago. I did a video there on doing like a lens POV photo shoot.
Oh yeah, how you liking that 20 millimeter?
It's cool. I like it.
I'm tempted. I don't know. I would love to see that lens side by side with a 24 millimeter to see if that 4 millimeters would matter to me, or if I should just jump to the 20 millimeter. That thing is cheap right now for the education discount. It's $620.
Yep, that's what I paid for it.
Paul is drinking lean. I don't know if this is lean.
What is this thing? Is this some like ecto cooler stuff here with alcohol?
Did you not hear me when I talked about it earlier? Okay, so when we went to Disney we went to the the Food and Wine Festival. We went to these different booths, and Hawaii had this thing called the Sunset, some sort of sunset drink mix, and it was grenadine, pineapple juice, and vodka, and it tasted awesome. So I got back home, and we have a cabinet full of stuff that we pull out usually for parties or something like that. But I was like, well, let's pull out a mix. So I got the last few nights we actually modified it and switched we had the vodka one night and made it the exact same drink, and then the next day we mixed pineapple juice, and we swapped out the vodka for the Malibu rum, and we did the pineapple flavored. So it was like pineapple flavored rum inside pineapple juice with blue I don't know what this stuff is called. It's some sort of blue liqueur, and you just kind of sprinkle it in, and that's why it turns it green because of the blue liqueur. And I did that instead of the grenadine. And then one night I did like all those together. But this is back to we ran out of the pineapple rum. So this is back to the vodka and pineapple juice and the blue Kahlua or whatever liqueur. So it's pretty good.
It's like blue curacao or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's there's a movie that has a funny scene with that stuff.
Paul has the Sony A1. Yeah, I'm not that high roller, Eddie. I wish I could have a Sony A1 like you, but I didn't. I like it. It looks like an amazing camera, and my friend actually has it, and we're gonna eventually get together and do some wildlife photography because he's got the Sony 600 millimeter f4, and he has the Sony 200 to 600. So I would love to do reviews on both those lenses. He actually let me borrow the 35 millimeter 1.8, and I kind of use it at Disney a little bit. And I'm finding that it's not I don't think it's as sharp as I thought it was. But it's not a bad lens or anything. But I think you have to have like perfect conditions to get a good image out of it. If you don't get the exposure just right on it, it looks kind of trashy. But I actually like the lens, so I don't know. I'm still testing it out. I shouldn't say that too. I don't like to say things too early because I haven't used it enough and got used to the lens. But I mean, it's a nice small lens. It fits perfectly on the A7C. But anyway, I'm going derailing. Yeah, so he's got the A1 and those two lenses. We're going to do bird photography, so I will be shooting with the A1 in the future. I'd love to do
It's
a
crazy
review
that
on
camera has bird eye focus, like eye tracking for birds.
Yeah, my friend said it is amazing. Like he had the Canon R5 and the A7R4, and he said the A1 is just like blowing. Like he said he loves shooting with it, and then like the photos that he sent me with like that, like like he got a bird eating a fish out of the water, and like it looks so crisp. The eye is like perfectly in focus. He could zoom in to it a lot. It's crazy. So I'm really looking forward to getting out there and shooting. I don't know. I don't shoot very much wildlife, so and he actually took a course with like a really well-known wildlife bird photographer. So he loves shooting that kind of stuff. So I'm really excited to like just shoot with him and see his kind of how he does that. And
It's
his
fun seeing
mindset
someone
behind
else's take on how they do it.
Yeah.
Brad Henderson was asking thoughts on the Sony EV10.
So
I think ours might be different.
Yeah, I mean, the problem with that I have with the EV10 is it's pretty much a 6400 in a smaller body, and it has terrible rolling shutter. Which, if you're,
well, it's got it's got the same rolling shutter, but when you're in active mode, it gets amplified.
Okay, so it's pretty much an A6400 with a flip out screen, no EVF, and it
less control.
Has active, right?
Yep, less control on the camera. There's no quick buttons and
right,
stuff like that.
Less custom buttons, but and then you have the so I think it's a great camera for beginners. Like if you're a beginner and you want to get into interchangeable lenses, like I would no longer recommend the 6400 unless you get a crazy deal on it.
I still feel like I would recommend like the 65 or the 6600 over this any day, because like it's got some new system, it's got some new autofocus functions and cool things like that, but everyone wants to put it in active stabilization. That's just what you're going to do with that camera. And if you're not using a 10mm lens, which is $1,000 lens, it looks like a 30mm lens up in your face. Excuse me. So if you're putting like a kit lens or a 16 on it, it's going to be cropped like a 30 or even higher, just because it crops in so much on that sensor to stabilize it. I don't know. Like for me, if I bought it, I would never put it in active stabilization, which would be kind of defeating the point of having an upgraded camera like that. So versus like the 6600 has stabilization on it as well.
Well, the 6600 was a great camera, and I had no problem.
Still more
with
expensive, so I mean, I get that, but
yeah, I mean, it's I'm surprised that camera hasn't gone down a little bit with all these releases, especially with the A7C. I mean, it's hard to justify the 6600 when the A7C is only a few $100s more, especially when it's on sale. But
for me too, it's just like for beginner cameras. I mean, if you have to have interchangeable cameras, I honestly would. I mean, I'm a Sony guy, and I would probably say there's a couple of Canons out there that are going to be a better starter camera than the ZV-E10.
Oh gosh.
And I'm not a Canon guy, but as far as beginner, like the ZV-1 is a much better camera, just because it's super usable. It's like user friendly. You can put it in your pocket. It's got a good zoom range. It's still a little tight, but I mean, it's not going to be any different than that camera, even when in active stabilization. And it doesn't have rolling shutter. That's a huge thing. I think when people aren't really focused on using cameras a lot, like they're going to be moving around a lot, and that rolling shutter just ruins everything. It's a jello.
Yeah, I mean, unless if you're a YouTuber and you're doing like steady, like on a tripod shot, it'd be a good camera to start off with, but you're going to definitely want to upgrade. And the funny part is, if you're moving around a lot doing vlog stuff, I honestly recommend the ZV-1 over the ZV-E10 because it's smaller, more portable, and
it has active stabilization, but it doesn't crop much. It crops a little bit. It still sits at about a 24mm equivalent, which is still good.
Built-in NDs, so it's perfect for outdoor vlogging.
Yep.
So I mean,
and it's cheaper. But and you put that thing on a tripod. Like I've used that thing on half of my videos, and no one would ever notice. So that's the thing, is like when you have a camera on a fixed tripod in a condition with control lighting, like you can barely tell the difference between the ZV-1 I'm using. I'm using the A6400 right now. My A7 III's back there, or A7S III. I mean, it's just when you're in a fixed location, it almost doesn't matter what.
That's right. I mean, you ever gonna get rid of your 6400?
I was
Or
thinking
you think
about
you're
it at
just gonna
one
leave
point.
it as like
But
a streaming desk setup?
it's a great streaming desk. The A6400 is a great streaming desk camera for sure. It's that 24 megapixel sensor. It was basically a 6K downres. So this thing's actually a little sharper than our A7S III's as far as just sitting on a tripod.
Yeah, my A. So So somebody asked me, Richmond Aerials. You asked me what my next video is gonna be, and dude, it's been so crazy right now. I went back. I work for the school system, so we just started back, and this is like week 4, and I work IT, and I still have like 30 kids that don't have laptops, and wherever the school provides a laptop for every single kid. So it's just been like crazy nuts at my school, trying to like track down, give people downtown that run the actual laptops distribution like numbers, and prove that all the kids that go to our school like don't have somebody else's device, or they have a device and they just haven't got it checked out to them. It's been crazy. So I've been dealing with all that on top of all the school stuff. It's just been a crazy year. I knew that during after the summertime that this is gonna be a crazy year for me. But I am starting to slow down.
I think you're also waiting on me. Because me and you, I know your next video, what's supposed to be your next video. It should have been my video 3 weeks ago. But I have to finish one first. Then
I haven't even started editing mine.
me and Paul. So was it Richmond Aerials?
Yep.
So you and I have a video that we're doing together. 2 separate videos that were in each other's videos. We're actually doing a comparison between the ZV-1 and the A7C, which are 2 weird cameras to compare, I think. But
you were doing it from the angle of
they're both they're both
vlogging.
compact cameras from Sony. The one is like an ultimate compact because it's a full frame. I mean, it's not really compact. It's just this much shorter than the A7 III. But
Right.
the idea is that
Yeah.
it was a compact Sony camera show off or like showdown at Disney. Which one's the better camera for like theme parks or events?
Spoiler, I'm going to tell you it's a ZV-1 unless you're a image like whore and you just have to have the best looking image.
And before we get to that part in the video, I do one thing I will say about that is that sometimes when you're carrying on the ZV-1, you're just so not caring about what your camera's doing that you get home and you look at your footage and it's just this. So I haven't looked at all of the footage yet, but I have a video that's supposed to come out before that video me and Paul do, but it's taking me forever to edit because it's like 1,500 shots of like 2-second clips that I'm trying to put together in like a 2-minute video. So, and then narrate. I'm
afraid to answer this, but we'll see what he has.
So fucked up, dude. I am fucked up. So listen to me. Hear me out here. We go to this place, Superior Taco. It's a restaurant outside. It's in Baton Rouge, and they say, "You want a margarita?" And I said, "I'll have a margarita. I don't give a fuck." And I start drinking this margarita, and I said to the guy, I said, "Is the room spinning to you?" He goes, Yes, the room is spinning." I said, "Why would the room be spinning?" And he says, "Well, I laced your straw with THC." I said, well, hell's bells. I said, "That's awkward." And here I am. And I'm outside of a Superior Taco and having myself a hello, Paul. God bless it. Anyways, Paul, you are the most beautiful person in the world. I just want to tell you that.
Oh, okay, that was an interesting phone call. Yes,
I was kind of hoping, I was thinking maybe you had to warn him there that he's live on air, but I mean,
yeah, he's totally toasted there. I
think he likes having these Wednesdays off. It's kind of interesting having your own channel and you're not even, you can like skip your own, I mean, not skip, he's doing other stuff, but you can have other people take over your channel for a day, and that's it's kind of an interesting thought that you can.
We're totally destroying his channel right now because I started talking about. So whenever I start talking Sony camera, everybody doesn't like Sony cameras for some reason. I mean, there's some people, but but yes, Mike, yes, he was very toasted. I actually sent Dobo a link to the stream, and I was hoping he would like call in on his cell phone with his just track. Like all he had to do was just click a little link that I texted him, and he could have like jumped in. But there's still hope. Maybe he'll do it. I don't know. Maybe he'll make a surprise. Maybe that was just that. Maybe that phone call was just a test.
I'm pretty sure that time you and Sean took over, Sean Oz, he came in like late in the game. So
yeah, there's still hope. So if you're holding out for Dobo, he might make a special appearance. I'll drink to that one. I don't even know where were we what were we talking about? Oh, our videos together. So
yeah,
go ahead. Were you
well, I mean, no, I was just saying I'm holding you up on your next video. So hopefully
I mean,
we'll get that edited.
That is one of the videos I'm going to do. I haven't started editing it. All the footage is just like in a mess on my SD card. A company
mine's on one of these somewhere.
A company sent me a Final Cut Pro plugin like 6 months ago, 7 months ago. I don't know, a long time ago, and I've been using it for random stuff, and I just haven't yet made the video on the plugin. They sent me videos or plugins in the past that I've done videos on, but I really, really need to do that video. I just haven't been super motivated to sit down and do it, and those are really easy videos. Just screen share my computer and just be like, all right, this is my favorite things of the plugin. Essentially, is what I do. I like to do them after I've used it for a while, and I've definitely used it for a while, a little bit longer than I should have, but yeah, it's okay. I've been trying to aim my channel more towards Sony cameras, and I think you and I are kind of very similar boats.
Well, I did a poll on my channel yesterday, and about like 5 different topics that they want to see more of, and like number one with a bullet was still more ZV-1 content, which is, that's people who are starting out in YouTube and filmmaking want to know how to use their stuff, and those are the cameras they start with. So I totally get it. It's just funny that you spend $4,000 on another camera and you want to move on, and you find out your channel's a majority of it's just wants more ZV-1 stuff. So I'm going to incorporate more of it again. So,
I mean, I think you can't really go wrong with the whole Sony Vive. Your channel's growing pretty good with that, and I think if you lean into the ZV-1 and you lean into even more of the Sony, keep leaning into the Sony stuff, I think you'll get a nice. I mean, look at like Jason Vong is only doing Sony stuff, and he just celebrated 300,000 subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
So and now I feel like now he just posts videos whenever he wants to. He just takes his time on his videos, and he's still killing it. I think part of that reason is it's still just him and his wife or girlfriend. I think girlfriend. I think I can forget.
Well, he travels a lot too, so he gets a lot of practical use with his stuff. And that's the thing, is if you travel a lot, it's good to try to do videos while traveling.
Yeah, and he did a video like yesterday or something like that I watched the whole thing, and his whole thing was like, he doesn't like just doing review videos after having it for like a few days. He likes to like dig deep into it and give like a full opinion review, and he only shoots Sony not because it's popular or whatever, but because that's what he likes, and he doesn't shoot on other cameras because he doesn't like flopping around a lot, and I kind of relate to that. And he just, when I bought Sony, I was like, all right, if I go Sony, I gotta go full in Sony, and I'm not gonna like, oh, a new camera is coming out, sell all my stuff, jump ship. I just picked the brand that I thought was gonna continue to innovate, and so that's kind of why I chose.
I really wanted a G7X when I first started, and I ended up getting gifted from my dad a Mark 1 RX 100. Yeah, RX 100, something he hadn't used in a while, and from there I just kept Sony. So honestly, a lot of it's just you start with what you have and what you think is good at the present time. So for me now, I'm starting to make, invest in a lot of Sony lenses. So that's where I'm going to keep things. So
Night Arco, thanks for coming by, man. Appreciate it. Canon is the best. Yeah, Eddie Nunez is a huge Canon fan. He's got that like the huge brick, the EOS, a 1DX Mark III. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say 1DX, isn't it? Yeah, I mean they look good. I think all cameras are just it's how you use them. So I like some of the coloring on the Canons, but also I like the sharpness and the autofocus of Sony's, and it kind of just depends on what you have. Right now, what I like about Sony is they keep the E-mount system on all their cameras. Canon is not keeping the same mounts on their cameras, and people who have thousands and thousands of dollars invested in lens had to start switching over with the like R5 and the R6, and I think the R3 that's about to come out.
Yeah.
So it's
yeah. I don't know why. I mean, I guess maybe they switched the lenses to mount to help them be able to create lower aperture. I don't know why they did it. I thought they had such a huge lineup of lenses, and still a lot of people are adapting them because they just, like you said, they can't afford to just go out and fork out all this. And the RF mount lenses are expensive. Like, I thought Sony lenses were expensive. Yeah. Man, Canon glass and the L mount glass, they're so expensive, man.
And nowadays too, depending on what you have, like the A7S3s, you can color grade those things to whatever you want it to look like. You can make it look like a Arri camera off colors. So it's Arri, sorry, not Arri. But it's Canon out of the box. I think just has kind of nicer colors, and that's why a lot of people like Canons.
I can't disagree with them. I think Sony's made leaps and bounds. I think the A7S3, that S Cinetone looks so good. So dang good.
I'm still an S-Log3 guy.
I love it. I think the footage I sent you.
I hate grading S-Log3, but I still do it every time.
Well, once you create a template for your YouTube videos, it pretty much stays the same.
True.
Anybody got any questions about life? Any drones? Anybody get any new cool FPV drones out there? I mean, I haven't yet got into FPV after I've only crashed Dobo's drone.
Someone's asking about a Pocket 2 as a main camera. Is that like the DJI Pocket 2?
Yes, the Pocket 2. You should check out some of the videos, Felipe, of on this channel on OriginaldoBo. He's got a number of videos for the Pocket, and I think he had a video of the Pocket 2 doing a real estate shoot and had his opinions on it. It actually looked surprisingly like a lot better than I thought it would for the Pocket 2 doing the real estate walkthrough. But if you look on the channel, there's some on there. I haven't personally used it enough or ever. I think I've only held the original one. I've never actually shot with either one of them, so I couldn't really vouch for that. But based on the footage that I see that Ken gets, they actually do take some pretty good shots. But once again, it's a small sensor.
I think it's the same camera as the like Mavic Air, like the original Mavic Air, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think it's the same sensor and camera they put on that, and that was a pretty good camera. It's low light's not great, but I think on the Pocket 2, what they did different is they made it a wider angle lens.
Mm-hmm.
Or
yes,
they had some, or there's like an adapter you can put on it as well. But I mean, to me, it's kind of like it's compact if you don't want to plug your cell phone in to see what you're filming.
Felipe, are you, you said you want to use it for real estate. Are you a real estate agent trying to do your own videos cheap, or are you trying to market these videos to real estate agents? I think for people who are wanting to shoot real estate professionally, I would suggest if you can do it and do it right, you can make a ton of money and do it and have plenty of clients that are consistent, especially right now in today's market. It's harder to get videoed right now in this market because the houses are going so fast. They're realizing they don't really need anything. They just need enough photos for MLS and to move on. But trying to market to agents. Yeah, I mean, if I was you, Felipe, I would just, I don't know. I would probably go for an interchangeable lens camera with some good stabilization. And if you're trying to do video.
Or the new DJI 5 mobile.
Or shoot the. You know what's really funny? So I do real estate video and some work for my wife's company. And one day I was going in and taking some shots, and us assisting somebody as they're flying a drone, taking shots. But this guy came in with a smartphone on a smartphone gimbal and just went through and shot the whole house really quick and edited it all on the phone and gave it to the agent the same day. The agent loved it because it was just so quick delivery. Number one thing if you're shooting for agents is the turnaround time for them is just gold. So even if your image doesn't look nearly as good as all the other competition, if you can find agents and do a quick turnaround time, they will love you. They almost don't care necessarily. They care about more of their time than they do about the quality. So they're willing to pay and continue to work with you if you can turn around your videos quickly or whatever you're shooting with photography. I think if you're doing stuff for real estate agents, photography is huge. And also do video, because right now in the market, it's hard for video because the houses are going so quickly that they're not really unless you're shooting them like a super high-end home, they're not even wasting their time or money on getting the video, because by the time the video gets done, edited, the house is already sold, and they are kind of waste their time. So it's crazy right now. It's a crazy market right now.
I was looking at buying a house in Florida like a year ago, or looking at prices, and it seemed to double down there. It's crazy.
Yeah, down here especially, it is nuts. We bought our house in 2011 for $175,000, and right now, if I sold, there's a house down a few streets down from us. The house sold for $400,000. It's the exact same floor plan that we bought. It just had a pool, so you can, but it wasn't as updated as ours. So we could easily sell this house. The problem is
you got to buy another
sell
house.
Your house. You got to buy in the same area again.
Unless you plan on renting for 2 years or something, but then you got to pay taxes on selling the house. So
yep, and then you have to pay higher taxes once you get your new house because you spent more money on it. Right now, I'm paying taxes on the house based on when I bought it for $175,000. So.
When are you gonna be doing another video with Dobo, with Ken?
We haven't really set that up yet. I know that in November we might be going to spin up together. It hasn't been finalized for sure.
Where's that at?
There's definitely talks. I gotta see if I can work with it. My work's been really crazy with my.
Is that out in
time off lately.
DC or something? Where is that? Or Pennsylvania?
Oh, it's in Austin, Texas.
Oh, Austin. Okay. Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
So there is that. He said he's in Brazil. Interesting. But yeah, I mean, real estate market is huge. I know that Dobo is trying to do more videos on real estate here. So, I've talked with Dobo. Now that he's full-time YouTube, we might do a video together about real estate shoots where I can help him be behind the camera and shoot it, and then I'll do something with him for that. And I really would like to get into possibly doing photography in my area for real estate, because I got a ton of people that I could easily get work from. I just need to kind of do a few shoots and prove myself to them, essentially.
Right.
But because I haven't really done photography, but I mean, I don't know. I feel like I'm pretty good at editing photography now. I'm getting to the point where I'm feeling very comfortable and I can push out really good edits, decent edits quickly.
I was surprised when you sent me those photos that when we were doing the Tamron Sigma lens review, me and Paul both just took pictures on each camera, same settings, and then I just took the SD card out and gave it to you. And I hadn't seen any of those before, after that. So that day you sent me that one, I was just kind of blown away by it. So it was a fun edit.
Yeah.
That's the thing too, is a lot of that you just got to learn Lightroom or Luminar or whatever you're using. I think Luminar is a little bit more automated and user friendly, but or it can be anyways.
Yeah, I mean, the thing I like about it is it gives you a good starting point. I use it now. I did use Lightroom, but I can find that I can pump out edits a lot quicker now because of a little bit of the automation, and then I can still go in, dig down deep, and tweak things the way I like it.
Right.
And you still have all the brush tools and everything in it, and you can obviously the other big humongous positive to it, which is the main reason why I switched to it originally, was to replace the sky is super easy. But this is before the Photoshop even came out with their little
sky
addition.
replacement. Yeah, I've used it on one thing before, and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, and it's I've used it before, and it's all right. I still think Luminar has it like beat full. I mean, I feel like they do a better job of just like the whole thing, like replacing the sky without it being completely obvious. You being able to move the sky around easily, and it like there's a slider that you can like adjust how much reflection is in the water of the sky. I mean, it's amazing like what that program can do, and you're still tweaking it, but it has a lot of automated stuff that just makes it your life a lot easier. So that's why I personally use Luminar, and I'd like to do a video about that as well. I have never I haven't done it yet.
I got like 20 videos in the works and the ideas, and it's just finding the time to do it. Like after I got home from visiting you guys, and it's just been like one thing after another, and I think I've put out like 2 videos in a month, which is for me is not normal.
I know. Well, you and I have been typically on very similar schedules. You know, we usually have been pumping out videos once a week, and you've been pretty consistent on the day of the week, and I've been hit or miss what day of the week I actually post on. But
see, I've been this last like week, starting last week all the way through the end of Labor Day is like the Minnesota State Fair. My wife is in like 3 different things. She's in like a vet surgery, little like glass. There's like a little surgery suite that's kind of with windows, and people can sit in the little bleachers and watch them do like spay and neuters and stuff. And then there's like a Miracle of Birth Center where she's just kind of holding a goat for people to pet and stuff like that. But answer questions. But I've been doing that all week, so I just haven't done anything for a video this week. Hindsight, I should have probably brought some camera with and done some video. Or that's the thing, is that like having all these things with you, and that's why I think even like mini drones, like what I was saying back with the minis, having the ability to just like keep those with you since they're so small. Like you never know when you're going to need to use stuff, or like when you could make something up with the cameras or drones that you have. And like when I came down to Florida, I brought my drone, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to probably fly it anywhere, but still got to have it with you because you never know.
Yeah, I posted a link to this. Is I don't know. It's a really cool story. It was really heart touching too. So Kyle's wife's father passed away, and they went through and raised enough money to make like a little park, like a bench seat, and in memory of her dad, and they put it in the state fair. And the news picked it up, and I thought it was a really touching story.
Well, so the full story with that is that her dad worked at this WCCO News for 48 years. He was the main engineer, so like anything that needed to be fixed or designed or invented. In fact, I think he had invented like numerous things that are across the country now in news stations. But the State Fair has like a foundation where they can put like the name into the bench. And we raised money, and then instead of it just being somewhere in the fair, like the WCCO actually took it and put it right in front of their booth, and then they actually made a little news article about it the other day, so it was kind of fun. But yeah, we've been really busy with doing that stuff, so that's why I've been slacking on getting my videos edited as well.
It's a lot going on right now. It's crazy. So I'm hoping that in the next few weeks it slows down a little bit, and I can start getting back to being consistent. There's just so many videos I want to do, and I just need to, 1, edit a lot of the videos I've already shot, and 2, start, shooting new stuff. And I want to get more outside of the studio here and the one at work, and get more out. I don't know. I think they're more interesting when I get it. I love doing the one downtown Disney video with you. I thought it turned out really well. So
it's also nice having like second person to hold a camera too, but that's what I've always done. Like we went vacations to Mexico, and it's like in the back of my head is like, what video can I do now while we're in Mexico? And not being a travel channel, it's like that's the first thing you want to do is like show your experience, especially coming from a travel channel. But then I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to do a lens review on the beach in random weird places that you would not do lens reviews. and like people love that video because they're just like it's entertaining, and it's almost like they're watching a travel video, but at the same time, I'm talking about like a lens or a camera or something, and makes it more fun, I think. So, and that Disney one you did came out nice. It's almost more interesting than just sitting at a desk and showing 2 seconds of B-roll here and 2 seconds of B-roll there. Instead of it's like all of it's filmed on the same thing, all of it's out and about. Like, when you're showing off a product, it's usually for people to like, let's say you're showing off a camera. The person
Right.
who might buy that might be like a travel vlog person, or they might do something at somewhere, and actually like doing it while you're talking about the product is kind of fun and more, I think, more informational in the long run.
And it's more exciting. Nobody,
Yeah.
they don't want to see you just take random shots. I prefer to shoot. If you're doing a product, if you're doing a lens, go out there and shoot a lot of interesting and quality, photos for your, that will actually showcase the lens versus just, oh, here's a quick image on, let's see how sharp it is or whatever.
Yeah.
Plus it works great because you can have more photos for your Instagram and you can kind of space it out. But
And I feel like doing like when I end up doing a lot of like like desk shots back there, like desk videos, talking head.
right.
It's probably because I didn't like what I did when I was out and about. Like that Sony that 20 millimeter lens I just did. I filmed all of that downtown Minneapolis while like a Viking preseason game was going on. So I was like getting people like that stadium is huge. I don't know if anyone here has
Picture you sent me,
seen the Minnesota stadium, but that stadium is massive, and it's amazing they only fit 65,000 people inside, which is what the Metrodome used to be. But the building itself is you can't get that in a frame.
Have you guys seen the drone FPV of the new, like, is it the Cowboys stadium or is it just their practice stadium?
I don't know which one you're talking
Have you
about.
seen that? Oh man,
There's a guy in Minnesota, and I'm sure everyone here would recognize his stuff.
Yeah,
I wish we could get on the show.
Oh yeah, he would be great.
I can't remember his name, but it's like, I know he did a video on at the same time I did one that was kind of the same, but this guy does everything in Minnesota. He did the bowling alley one. He did one that's like inside of a movie theater. I think he did the
mall where they
Yeah.
the Mighty Ducks
Yep.
like style.
Well, yeah, they had a couple people like rollerblading around like the Mighty Ducks, and he did the Mall of America. He did one for the Timberwolves where it was like was it last year when they were just starting the season before the season actually started, and I think they were doing all the like player photography and stuff, like new players. He like swooped in from the city, went into the garage door as it was closing, like flew around the center, like flew around all the like players getting their pictures taken, and one guy like went up and did a dunk, and he like went under the guy's arm, and just an incredible guy. And I don't know what it's going to take to get him on the channel. I know you've reached out to him.
I reached out to him on Instagram, I think, or something, or I emailed him, but I haven't heard back from him.
But yeah, all those like crazy viral FPV stuff, like it's all this one guy, and I think it'd be kind of fun to have him on the show. And I just want to know like how many takes does it take to do those, and how does everyone have to be to like nail their spot, because everyone's kind of acting in a way, or they have to be in a place. And I think I did remember someone said that bowling alley one. The one they used was the first take, but they did like 2 takes. But I think that guy is a pretty skilled drone pilot. I'd like to actually hear from him, because you just see his videos and I don't hear anything from him. So
yeah, you never see him. Y2T Tech. Yeah, we talked about it a little bit in the beginning. I don't think it's gonna be anything super cry home about it. It'll just be like a gimbal. Probably has an extension arm, like a selfie stick kind of thing, and we'll see what other features it has. It'll probably have some better auto tracking and all that stuff. But I don't know. It's gimbals are getting old, especially for phones. Like when you have all these nice phones with super nice stabilization. So, but if you want to, you want to hear some of that, you can go back to the beginning of the chat. Yo, Unbox Warehouse, man, Mike. We talked about you earlier, but you weren't around. I was showing off the camera, that camera right there. Man, I can't get it there.
Yeah, but you got to remember, Paul. He doesn't remember who you are.
Oh yeah. He doesn't remember he met me at camera camp. Oh, I said it, guys. Camera camp. Oh, it came out. What's new?
When are we gonna get a shirt, Paul? That's like just says # one time at camera camp. Do we? I
need
think everyone should put a comment in there if Paul should have that shirt. That should be like on your merch channel
It should. I need to make one.
or merch page.
If anybody is good at art design, I'd love to make one. But Trucker Beetle Bailey said, anyone use Filmic? Have you ever used Filmic Pro?
I'm not even sure what that is. Is that
Oh,
like
it's
an
like,
edit station?
It's like it's a photo app for your cell phone.
Okay.
So
I've always been Lightroom, so.
well, it gives you it's an alternate photo shooting program. I think instead of using the camera app on your iPhone, it's like it gives you allows you to customize all the aperture and shutter speed.
Okay,
and
I got it. Yeah, I've used Moments before. I liked Moment. Moment, they make filters and all the other cool accessories, and cell phone lenses and stuff. They had one for a while that was really cool that you could change the aperture and the ISO. And what I like about it, you could actually fix it and keep it so it wouldn't change. And one other thing I really liked is it had a audio level on there, so you could tell if you're clipping or how loud you were, which is something you can never seem to know on a phone when you plug a mic to it. But I've never used that one. It'd be interesting to check that one.
It's getting a little late here, but one of the things I wanted to do is before we ended the show tonight is I'd love to take questions, and I like to take live questions or comments on this whole Osmo Mobile 5 announcement. And so here,
or Osmo Action 5 could be that still. We don't know.
Could be. It's a dangerous move for me, but I posted a link into the chat, and if you click on that, I could possibly bring you in on the show live, and you could share a few words. I don't have time for a ton of people, but if you wanted to come in and say a few words, which could be dangerous, ask us live questions, or just give us a few comments on what you feel about this Osmo Mobile 5. I mean, you're on Dobo's channel, so he's not here tonight to silence you. You could do whatever you want. So it could be very dangerous.
You could be Dobo, and you could also click that link and come in and be on the channel.
He could.
It's about
I think
that
I might have
time.
already sent him that link too.
Yeah, but now
it could surprise you guys, but nobody's hit us up on that offer yet. It's an easy link. You just click on the link with your phone, and you just go in, and it shows you, it brings you in. So if you guys have any questions, Filmic is video only. Oh, Filmic. So Filmic Pro is not photo; it's video only. It's the same thing, but same concept. Changed all the aperture speed and shutter speed and all that stuff. And I think they even have built-in coloring LUTs and all that stuff. Oh gosh, Fogel! If Fogel comes on, that guy will be crazy. He's running to his studio bar now. He's not. I guess he's not driving his truck right now. He's a truck driver. So I've been on his truck. The first time I met Dobo, I was with Brad Fogel, and we the three of us went out to eat, and that was history. I'll destroy the language. Yeah, he's toasted right now. People yes, but would his language be really that much different than it normally is? I mean, maybe, but he has terrible language all the time. So, although he's been a lot better lately, Ken, you've been so much better lately. We're so very proud of you for stepping up your game in the language barrier. That I think you would get along great with Andrea, though. Isn't that right? You think so?
Yeah, maybe.
She's not too bad. I like Andrea. She's a nice person. I might be a little biased, but Paul can't breathe. The T. I'm like.
I mean, it sounds like New Orleans.
He's what?
It sounds like he's in New Orleans.
Yeah. Yeah. He's definitely in New Orleans. I'm driving.
Well, I guess there's any other questions on stuff not related to the Osmo Mobile 5?
Oh boy. Yeah, any questions that you guys, anything you want curious about, we can answer, but we've got a live person here
Uh-oh.
I don't know what the heck. Oh, no, he's not. He's not ready yet. I'm gonna wait till he's ready.
When are you
This
going to
guy
get rid of
looks
that
like-
microphone there, Paul?
What's that?
When are you going to get rid of that microphone there? That Shure SM58.
Whenever freaking Rode decides they want to send me this mystery package, like, so I've been in talk with Rode for probably, I don't know, was it like 2 or 3 months ago? I mean, it's been a while. But right before I hit 1,000 subscribers, they were like, "Hey, we want to help you with your setup. Is there anything you need?" And I told them, I'm mic to replace the Deity D3 Pro because that thing buzzes in like any environment where there's too much RF frequency noise, and a talking head microphones for talking head videos.
Doesn't Ken have that new Rode? What is it? Which one is he rocking now? Isn't it the Rode pod mic or something? Or
He has a regular pod mic, yeah. And then I told them, like, hey, Ken's using a pod mic. I'd like something for doing the stream and looks a little more, I don't know, podcasty than like more like a vocal mic. With it, this mic sounds great, but I usually use it for when I play out live music. And so they said, okay, so we'll send you a mystery box. And I guess I talked with them, I don't know, like a week and a half ago, 2 weeks ago, and they said that they're having a real shortage of whatever one or two of the products they were trying to send me. They're having a real shortage of. If I had a guess, because I told them to surprise me, I think they're going to send me an NTG video mic, and and right now that mic is like sold out, like at B&H and like all the big stores. So I'm assuming that that's probably the mic that has a shortage, and they're
that's this one right here.
Yep. So I don't know. I think it's a great mic. I'd like to. I definitely want to use it. I'm looking forward to getting it, but whenever it'll be a mystery. Whenever Rode sends it, and then Rode sends you a box, and it end up being.
Well, that's funny. Like, I actually sent in a warranty thing for my Rode Wireless Go, where the little wind thing didn't like stay in, and I said I have the updated ones, and they're like, well, we'll fix that. We'll try that first. Well, then I got like some weird random clip for some completely different company, or for some completely different mic. So I called him back and I said, hey, I didn't get the right thing. And we'll send you one right away. And then like 6 months went by and I just completely forgot they were doing that. And then when I got that thing in the mail the other day and I was like, what is this? The package looked like it's been in the mail for 6 months. So I don't know if it just got lost or something, but it looked awful. And then of course I pop it in the World Wireless Go and it still didn't work. So I still got to call him back at some point here. And
yeah, we gotta get Rode to send you a Wireless Go too. Yeah,
I love the twos.
All right, let's add in. This guy looks like he's ready.
All right.
Oh, yo, the Fogel.
The Fogel is here. So how do I?
Well, how's your? Is it your leg? Your arm?
No, it's my arm.
Okay.
Yeah.
He fell off a boosted board.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, I started out. This is the cast I had to have for 2 weeks after the original surgery. Then I moved on to this one where the thumb had to stay stuck out, so I look like a little Christmas tree. Wow. And now I'm on to this one. So at least I can move the tip of my thumb, so thank God. But yeah, needless to say, do not operate electric one wheels while drunk.
Oh, you were drunk?
Like toasted. And
that makes way more sense.
More than Dobo is right now. And yeah, I didn't make it a block trying to get home on my one wheel. So that was a bad idea.
So no matter what you're driving, don't drink and drive.
Yeah.
I'd probably do that sober.
I'm going to try and put the scar up to the light so you can see, but yeah.
Oh. So
no.
Have you haven't been truck driving since then?
Nope. So the accident happened on the 4th of July, and I've been out since.
That is crazy.
Yeah. I've been trying to work here in the studio barn, trying to get stuff going in here. So I'm getting there. I'm working on it. I'm getting there. Just takes a little while. But, yeah, this injury, I exploded my elbow.
Wow.
So, yeah, I have the radius, which is the thumb bone that comes down. I have a new end on the back of it, so it's a radial head replacement. Then the ulna, which is the lower bone that actually makes up kind of the the bone on the end of your elbow, or it kind of goes around it. I'm not totally sure. That one, basically, this entire part is a steel plate with tons of screws in there to hold it all together. But what's ruining of this is that the radial head replacement, they haven't gotten very good with those yet, so I'll be limited for the rest of my life to a max of 20 pounds lift or push with my left arm, and that's like just intermittent. Repetitive motion and things, maybe, I'll be at 10 pounds. For instance, right now, after yesterday, I had another follow-up with the elbow surgeon. He increased my limit on my elbow to 10 pounds. So now with the physical therapist, we're going to start working with weight and stuff. But just today, trying to do just tricep curls and stuff with a 1 pound weight being held in my hand, that was tiring after a minute each time. So I don't know if I'll even get back to driving for 2 more months. It's horrendous. So at least I've got short-term disability, but I get to go on long-term, and I'm not looking forward to that because then I got to start paying my own health care. So I got to pay Cobra and everything. I'll probably be around $700 a month just paying to keep my insurance coverages.
That's crazy.
At least I have it, though. I mean, there's other people that don't. If I didn't have insurance, this would have been ruining.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So what do you have to say? What do you have to say now that you're on the stream? What do you have to say to these kind people? Oh, one person had a question for you. Eddie Nunez said, "Once you recover, are you getting back on a one wheel?"
I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to get back on it or not. I'm really not sure. I haven't actually opened this up since the accident. I mean, here it is right here. So I'll probably have to open that at some point and actually see what damage there is to it. Because it's just been in the bag since the accident. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to get back on it. If I am going to get back on it, I'm going to make sure I own elbow pads and knee pads and wrist guards because I can't afford something like this again.
No, that'd be expensive.
Let alone the fact that I'm right-handed. So at least I've got that going for me. I've got a fully functioning right arm. But it's an issue. Like I was thinking the other day, nope, I'll never be able to learn how to kiteboard, let alone kiteboard. Never be able to hold on to a tow rope properly for jet skiing or water skiing or wakeboarding or anything like that. So you just start thinking about stuff, and it's like, well, that sucks. But I'm hoping I'll still.
Yeah, Mike got bruised ribs, and he sold his one wheel after that. He doesn't ride anymore. That was a short-lived experience, Mike.
I don't know if it's worth it to get back on it. I'm 35 years old, so maybe I'm just too old for a one wheel. They're cool, but after this, I don't know.
So Felipe asks, I don't know, maybe you might be able to chime in too on this, Kyle, but how awesome is it paying the bills with creative work? Well, first of all, I don't pay any bills with creative work. It's all fun occupation or like just a little bit of side money or gear money for me right now. I'm actually about to go out and film some stuff for a friend. He owns a film developing company, and he wants me to shoot some promo work. He's about to get into a new space. He actually bought an office retail space, and he's going to be moving all his production there and getting more machines so he can have more. He's overwhelmed with how many people are sending him stuff to develop. So that's my next work. But it's kind of about who you know for a lot of it too, and who you work with and who shares the word for you. So it's really getting out there and building that portfolio. But I'm mastering a civil engineer, mastering in civil engineering, and I'm thinking about trying filmmaking as a side job. Any tips? I mean, the best tip I have for you is just get out there and shoot as much as you possibly can, build that portfolio, and don't be afraid to, take a side hustle job. I think the real estate market is a really great place to start. I mean, if you have the patience and can stand maybe doing a wedding film and shoot a wedding for free, see if you like it. If you think you could do more of it, weddings are also a great way to not only perfect your skill as a filmmaker because you got to think on your toes and get the shot quickly, but there's very lucrative. People make their full livings off of just doing wedding stuff. So
Right.
that's a great place to start on the side. I know a guy that did IT, and now he's just a full-time wedding shooter, and then he does other corporate stuff on the side, but most of his bread and butter is from weddings. So
Yeah,
anything
I mean,
you have to add to that?
It depends on what you're referring to as creative work, I guess. I mean, some things you're going to be spending a lot of money to make money. You'll probably be doing a lot of free stuff for a while. I mean, I've shot music videos for free, in the hopes to get better as like shooting music videos. And I feel like once you have a name for yourself and some things like that, you'll obviously attract more people that want to work with you and pay you. I think everyone wants to just get into it right away and get paid right away, and that's just something that is not feasible, I think, for a lot of people unless you're just really good at filmmaking.
Right.
But a lot of it's just you learn so much just doing. So
I was gonna say, one, it's just doing it. Number two is if you're able to get on film shoots, or if you're able to get on low budget things, probably one of the biggest deals is to, go on out there and help and ask, or do what's asked, do what people aren't doing. The biggest way that you get rehired in this industry is to be a person that people want to work with. So it's whenever somebody is a problem on a set, those are the people that don't get called back. So you might not know much of anything on a set, especially for, anyone in this industry. But if you go in wanting to learn and wanting to help, you're going to make and get further along. So
why do you have the D3
I
Pro?
would have is don't do what I do, which is buy cool stuff like a D3 Pro that's been sitting in this case for 6 months because I haven't used it yet. Don't do that.
You probably have a lot of things that have been sitting in a box I haven't used it yet.
I feel like I got a lot of stuff that's sitting in a box.
I've got 2 aperture spotlight mounts still in their cardboard boxes sitting over there because I don't have a place to put them yet.
I feel like you're like the perfect, you love gear, but then you never get to use it.
The hard part about making money with being a creative too is that once you start making money, you just start having an excuse to buy more stuff. That's me. I'm a gearhead. Like, I made some money off of affiliate links, and now I own crap like this that is way more, heavy duty than I need for a YouTube channel. But
the 6400 could have.
Oh yeah.
Make I could even a ZV-1, It's crazy.
But you start making some money off of like ad revenue and like affiliate links, and buying a $4,000 camera seems a lot more reasonable or feasible in something that you want. And then, a year from now, 5 years from now, when this thing's becoming, when there's A7S4, then it's decisions again. So you get stuck in a kind of a loop of buying gear a lot, I think, to make money. So if you're going to make money with side hustle and creatives, you just have to know how to save some of it and know how to spend some of it on things that you need.
Yeah, Kyle got the purple cable from Condo Blue. The special,
the Condor Blue. See, I just did too. I just bought 3 of the HDMIs, 2 minis, and then I believe what I got was 2 micros because I'm a Sony shooter with A6400, A6600, and such. But in that aspect, I considered that to be 2 things. Number one, that was supporting a great creator. That's supporting Gerald Undone. Number 2 is I did not have those things. So for me, a lot of the stuff that I purchase, I buy it because I can use it in multiple ways over a long time. For instance, I will spend money on Matthew studio equipment for my lighting and grip gear because it will last my lifetime and probably my children's lifetime or whoever else has. So I lean more towards spending more money on things that I know I can use no matter what. And also, if I decide to sell things down the line, those things will keep their value. Whereas nowadays with cameras especially, it's not sometimes the greatest thing to buy the newest deal that comes out. Now, notwithstanding shipping delays. For instance, right now, I would say if something comes out that you might want, for instance, A7 Mark IV, I'm more than likely going to pre-order that immediately because there's going to be shipping delays and other issues. So pre-orders may open up for that camera. For instance, if it gets announced in October, my pre-orders would come out maybe, I'm thinking. More than likely, they aren't going to ship until January at the earliest. And even when they do, it's going to be a limited amount. So that's one of those situations where I could pre-order something and then cancel later if I don't think I'm going to use it. That's what I did with the A7S Mark III. I pre-ordered that and decided I'm not going to make use of it. I let somebody else have my pre-order. What I could have done is I could have taken delivery of it and flipped it, but I didn't feel like that. I mean,
you could have flipped it for sure.
Do.
I might know somebody who did that.
Over here, Paul's the flip king. Okay, you gotta be careful. He's the one that'll take the pre-orders. Luckily, the camera that did get announced today, even Paul cannot afford.
Oh, the red camera.
The red camera.
Yeah, $25,000.
Oh, who said I can't afford it? I could afford it, but
the pre-order
blow through everything.
Deposit is $1,000.
Well, I'm all about flipping stuff. I think that's another way for you to make money to buy gear that you want is to flip, equipment, and because people are always looking for a good deal, and so if you can walk away with, give somebody else a good deal, and also walk away with a little bit of side cash for yourself to keep investing in. I don't think there's anything necessarily wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just jabbing you because you do.
I know you're jazzing me, but I like share. I mean, people are always like, "How can you afford all that expensive camera gear?" Well, it's because I get a really good discount on some of these things, and I literally will buy, 5 or 6 6600s at a good deal and flip them for a few $100 each, and that pays for part of my camera. So that's how I can afford some of these things.
For me too, it's just like buying something that's like this camera was feasible for me because it's going to be a relevant camera for the next at least 10 years. I got the student discount on it while I still could with my wife. I got the Sony rebate for the first time Sony rebate. So when you're saving like $800-900 on a camera like that, it's kind of a no-brainer for me. As long as you think it's going to be relevant for a long period of time and like a tool that you're going to use a lot.
Exactly. I'm not worried about the A7S III going out of, not being relevant for, like you said, for 5 years. So that's why I had no problems buying it.
Yeah, and like what he was saying too with lighting, like lighting is something that lighting makes every camera look better. And look at, right now he's probably in his garage with garage lighting, I'm assuming?
Nope. So this is a very simple. The problem is I don't have a 3-point going on.
Okay.
Well, what we got right here, this is the, angle it. So there you go. This is the,
so you got
aperture panel.
Okay.
The Tri-8s.
But it's like it's kind of overhead anyways, but.
Aperture Tri-8 daylight that's coming through a softbox right above my head. So it's harsh lighting. It's just single point. That's why we've got the bags going on under my eyes.
Okay.
But
yeah, it's up high. But I mean, just saying like lighting is like, if you get quality equipment with lighting, that stuff's going to last forever and you can use it. You can always, even if you replace like a good key light with something else, you could still use your old one behind you or on the side of you.
As a kicker or something. Yeah. I mean, I think you should have, I think you need to have more money invested in lighting than you do the price of your camera. Because if you have a really expensive camera and just trashy lighting, you're not going to make that really expensive camera really shine and show how really good it is. At same token, you need good audio. Everybody knows you can stand listening to, good audio with a bad video quality, but you could have the best video in the quality world and terrible audio, and you wouldn't be able to last long. So
it looks like Felipe's talking about the buying gear in Brazil is really insane. I know that Peter Lindgren was saying similar stuff to like Switzerland.
Oh yeah.
So it makes more sense when if you're living in a country that like things get to be really expensive, then you definitely want to be watching like 100 YouTube videos and really know what you're going to buy before you buy it.
For sure.
Yes.
And
hey,
then also Mike said he should have sold you your Back to the Future camera. That was a really nice gift though, by the way, Mike. Those are hard to come by.
Anyway, why don't you have it on a shelf behind you with a
I do. It's right here.
Backlight?
It's just not lit up very well. It's right here.
So you need to get a couple little aperture MCs or something behind it. Give it some pop. Give it
Yeah,
some
like-
rim lighting.
Whoop, where's my background?
I didn't have time today. I just ran in here and
like that
turned
stuff,
on. So
Paul.
I was running late today. So, hey, thanks for stopping in, Brad. We're gonna close this out,
well,
but
so I
thanks for
missed
saying
out.
hi.
Can you give me a rundown at the beginning? Do we think that Osmo 5 is actually that leaked camera with the gimbal arm on it, or
Yeah, it's like the cell phone arm. I think it's gonna be a
Cell
cell
phone arm. I
phone
think it'd be
gimbal.
trashy.
Yeah,
if it's the one I saw that has big handle on the right side with a focus wheel and then a little panel on the left, or is there a new rumor?
no, I think it's like I think it's gonna be a real compact like gimbal, like the Osmo mobile gimbal that flips open and you put your cell phone on it.
Just go on Mike's
Not
channel,
what that
Unbox
other
Warehouse.
rumor I saw on
I'm sure he's
Twitter.
gonna have the 5, and he always does a banger cell phone gimbal video. So just go see Mike's channel later when it comes out.
I mean, the three things that could be is like the Osmo Action 5, the Mobile 5, or like a Phantom 5. But we're kind of, me and Paul said, probably not going to be the Phantom line because I just can't see that line moving forward anymore. I think the Phantom might be kind of dead. It's just,
we
too
said
big.
we think they're gonna just
Yeah.
Yeah, I
anyway.
could possibly see that, but the other thing that I think you might, I'm not sure if this would be true or not, is whether or not this announcement has come out because the leak of the new GoPro has come out. So you've got GoPro Hero 10 that is in the wings. More than likely this month will be announced. Is this DJI trying to get out just before that and make some sales, or I'm not sure. So we'll see.
The other options could be something
me on.
completely different too. So
yeah, man. Thanks for running over to the barn and joining us. So it was great to see you.
Sorry for the
Hopefully you
wiggles. I
keep
don't
healing up,
understand
man.
that. I move my dang foot and then it wiggles the tablet, which is right in front of me. Next time I'm going to grab the AirPods.
Yep. See you, man. All right, dude. Well, thanks for joining me tonight. You've been, always a good companion for a stream. Maybe we should do our own stream sometime. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's a thought. It might happen. Nobody knows.
probably have to be.
I'm done. We would do a Sony camera chat all the time. Anyways, guys, it's been a really great night. We were a little late tonight, ran a little late, but we kept it going because why not? Just arrived, Richard. We were about to close it out, bro, but you can go back and watch it. We're gonna leave it up. We talked about the Pocket 3. I haven't heard anything about a Pocket 3. We talked a little bit about the Pocket 1 and 2 in the middle of the streams at some point, but no, we haven't talked about the Pocket. If you watch, go watch Dobo's channel on the Pocket 2. He's got some really interesting stuff, shooting a whole entire real estate video with the Pocket 2. But anyway, good night, everyone. It's been great. Stay safe out there, and I'm sure we'll hope everybody just be keeping Dobo in your prayers. Hopefully, he's not going to end up on a side of the road. I don't know where he's sleeping. I don't know what he's doing, but he is toasted tonight. So anyway, thanks for hanging with me, Kyle. Thanks for
man.
It's been fun. So everybody will be back next week, same time, same place. Dobo should be back. I think he's going to be doing this live from Vegas. So if you think he's toasted tonight, maybe next week you might get a little bit of extra preview of what he'll really be like.
This is actually just a warm up for you, Paul, because you might have to host the show next week. We'll have to see.
Yeah, based on that phone call, who knows? We'll see what I don't know what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas though. But all right, guys, thanks so much. Thanks, Kyle, and see you all next week. And you guys know, just stay original.
I want you, I need you. You got me right where you want me, baby. Ooh, yeah. And who knew what you do? 'Cause I'm me cold in my tracks, yeah. Why don't you get up off of these high hypotheses? I'm not Socrates, I'm not trying to be cool. I want you, I need you. You got me right where you want me, baby. Ooh. stop me cold in my tracks, why don't you get up off of these high hypotheses? I'm not Socrates, I'm not trying to be cool. I think it's time to change the scene.
This is a daddy drone, and this is a mommy drone. How do I know this is a daddy drone, and how do I know this is a mommy drone? Well, a daddy drone shoots in 10-bit and has a rather large sensor, while the mommy drone has a smaller, more subtle, subdued sensor. They're also a lot more frugal and more affordable. When a daddy drone gets the urge, you know, the absolute cannibalistic animal-like urges, God bless it anyways, his urge, and he sees the mommy drone, and she's like, no, no, more like, yes, yes. She senses the 1-inch sensor of goodness, the 10-bit color. Shit gets real. And then basically, like, 9 months later, there's a baby drone. But this obviously has nothing to do with drones because I'm 36 years old and we're having another kid in 2022. What have we done?